On Wednesday, March 30, 2022, the world as we knew it changed. We were eyewitnesses to an extraordinary event, the amazing introduction of the mega giant information and technology company called ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE has arrived in all its splendor. A paradigm shift occurred on that day. Mr. Mufareh, the brilliant creator of ONPASSIVE on March 30, 2022 on Wednesday said that ONPASSIVE will be seen at the top. For about 1 month, we founders tried to guess what was meant by that expression. Everyone who tried to guess was not even close to the right answer. 20 very fortunate founders were invited by Mr. Mufareh to Boston, Massachusetts. All expenses paid by Mr. Mufareh. We were overwhelmed by the service we received when finally getting to our hotel. Picture this, a 5-star hotel by the incomparable Boston Harbor. What a beautiful, luxurious place to witness what we all have been waiting to see. ONPASSIVE at the top. One founder was the first to meet Mr. Mufareh in person. Mr. Mufareh is a warm person. He is a real person, caring, very compassionate. After settling in our rooms, we were invited to dine in the hotel bar restaurant. Imagine 20 guests after traveling by air and some by car to sit down to enjoy ourselves with delicious food and drink. Price was not an object. The menu was superb. Everything looked delicious and was delicious. We all ate until we were satisfied. Mr. Mufareh then started speaking to us about incredible things that happened to him while developing ONPASSIVE, and the mindset that he had that had taken him to where he is today. The information that he shared with us was priceless. This information would have cost a person a lot of money to hear this if it were given by the so-called gurus. They were talking the talk but not walking the walk the way Mr. Mufareh has been doing. Mr. Mufareh's information came from his heart at no charge to those listening to him. All of this took place on Tuesday night, March 29, 2022. The next day arrived and we were anxious to get to why we were invited by Mr. Mufareh. He reserved a large conference room with the latest audiovisuals. 2 big-screen high-definition televisions connected to a video conferencing company that was tied to 20,000 excited ONPASSIVE founders from all over this planet and 20 YouTube channels reaching over 350,000 viewers from all over the world. As we were waiting for this project to be revealed, Mr. Mufareh was extremely excited about what he was to show us. But before the main event, a video produced by the Hyderabad office of ONPASSIVE showed how a platform of ONPASSIVE called OBLESS was starting to benefit the community, starting to help people who needed love and caring and the necessities of life to make their lives better. ONPASSIVE has not even launched publicly, and already because of the giving spirit of Mr. Mufareh and his family, people were already benefiting. What a testament to the hearts of Mr. Mufareh and his family to give to those who are less fortunate than others. This is how he has designed ONPASSIVE to benefit the masses of loving people who just need someone to love and help them out. There was not a dry eye in the conference room after seeing that video. What a tremendous amount of emotions was released. After we all composed ourselves, Mr. Mufareh finally showed us what he and someone who was a founder had been preparing for over 1 year. His name is Mohammed Kamel, an equally brilliant man who lives in UAE. They had been working on a project and now we got to see what this project was. When you have 2 great friends, 2 brilliant men, who've known each other for many years, you have trusted friends closer than brothers. With these 2 directing and producing, what we saw totally stunned all of us. That is the unveiling of ONPASSIVE to the top. Words cannot express what we saw that day, but that night in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. The Burj Khalifa, the tallest building on earth, is now the home of 2 offices of ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE did not rent or lease the 134th and 151st floors, ONPASSIVE bought the complete floors. ONPASSIVE has the highest office in the world. When you travel to those floors, your ears will physically pop. On the outside of the Burj Khalifa is the word ONPASSIVE traveling from the bottom to the top of the building. Look at this marvelous technology working to introduce ONPASSIVE to the world. ONPASSIVE is standing on top of the planet Earth. ONPASSIVE is starting where other companies have never been. This is just the start of ONPASSIVE. What is next? We will be able to see ONPASSIVE in the sky. Stay tuned.